welcome back to my kitchen for a new dessert devotion. This devotional is a part of my community kitchen series. We know that baking and food can be nourishment for our souls, but food can also be an investment and a way to nourish and transform our communities. So we have a special guest today as a part of our community kitchen series, and that is Frank Sheppard, who is CEO and president of Feeding the Valley Food Bank. But first, our featured dessert recipe. It is a pumpkin cheesecake muffin. We're going to start by blending a 16-ounce can of pumpkin puree with 2 large eggs. And y'all, this is just the plain puree. It's not the flavored pumpkin pie filling. Next, we're going to add our spice cake box cake mix. But first, I'm going to put aside 2 tablespoons to add to our cheesecake filling. Then I'll blend the rest in with our pumpkin puree and eggs. Now on to our cheesecake filling. We're going to start with 1 ounce of softened cream cheese. And then we're going to add 1/4 teaspoon of vanilla extract, 1/4 teaspoon of lemon extract, and then we're going to add those 2 tablespoons of cake mix, and then another 2 to 4 tablespoons of sugar. It just depends on how sweet you want your filling to be. Now I'm going to spoon my pumpkin batter right into my muffin tin, filling them about 3/4 of the way. Now I've placed my cheesecake filling in a piping bag. You can also just take a gallon freezer bag, put your filling in there and just snip the corner of it. And then I'm just placing about a tablespoon or so right into the center of my batter. We are going to bake these on 350 for about 18 minutes. You know they're done when a toothpick in the cake part of the muffin comes out clean. Well, I am so delighted on Dessert Devotion to have as our special guest for this devotional series, Community Kitchen, Mr. Frank Sheppard. He is CEO and president of Feeding the Valley Food Bank here in the Chattahoochee Valley. So can you tell me a little bit about Feeding the Valley, your vision and the area that you all serve?
Thank you, Reverend Dr. Burgess, for having me here. I appreciate the opportunity. So yes, Feeding the Valley covers 18 counties altogether, 17 counties in West Central and South Georgia, going from LaGrange all the way down to Albany. We also have Russell County in Alabama as well. So in that area, 18 counties, a population of about 570,000, and about 115,000 people are food insecure. And those are pre-pandemic numbers. So they have only gone up from there. So Feeding the Valley has been around since 1983 to help to combat the issues of food insecurity in our community. And we couldn't do it without the help of a great network of partner agencies, many United Way partners, and many churches and other nonprofits in the community that help us to distribute a lot of food. As well, we have a children's feeding program that has, we call Kids Cafe, as well as a buddy pack program that sends kids home with food on the weekend. And our mobile pantry program takes commodities out into the community to individuals who can't get to a source of food, may live in a food desert, not have the resources to get to one of those food pantries. So throughout all those programs, we distribute about 16 million pounds of food a year, and that's growing. One of our focuses is to continue to distribute more healthy food, what we call foods to encourage, so that we fight off the dietary issues that many folks have that are eating less healthy processed food. So we always continue to move in that direction of distributing more lean meats, fresh produce, and items of that sort.
Absolutely. And as you mentioned about the quality of the food, I know when I was associate pastor at St. Luke and now as senior pastor at St. Mary's Road, that's one of the things I'm struck with because both of those churches partner with Feeding the Valley. In my mind, I think about a old school food pantry with canned goods, but it's a lot of the fresh food and high quality meats, dairy, and produce. and it's seasonal. And I just find it to be really incredible. You mentioned the Kids Cafe. More about that program.
Sure. Our children's feeding program is called Kids Cafe. It's been around since 1995, and at 26 sites throughout our community, we feed about 2,000 kids a day a hot afternoon meal. Kids that we know otherwise might not eat in the evening hours. Some of the sites are at community centers, such as Boys and Girls Club, YMCA, Open Door Community House. Some of them are in public housing facilities. So places where there's a concentration of kids at a particular time in the afternoon that we can bring food in and feed them. That process has changed with COVID-19. We can no longer have congregate feeding, which we've invested in the technology necessary to make individual meals and be able to seal them, take them out in warming units, and our drivers hand them to kids who then take them back to their homes and eat them in a safe environment. The whole key is that we know the kids who are malnourished are already 20% behind their peers in their pursuit of academic success. So our part of the equation is to get them the nutrition they need to have the opportunity to go to school and achieve and excel and learn and chase their dreams. That's what it's all about. And that program in the summer goes to over 3,000 meals. We also bought a chiller that will allow us to safely bring these meals down to a safe temperature and freeze them. It gives us the opportunity. We're going to start taking those meals out a whole week's worth at a time into the rural areas of Quitman, Clay, Randolph, Stewart counties, areas like that, where we can get nutrition to individuals that otherwise we just can't get hot meals to with the current logistical capabilities.
Yeah. So it seems like you're always evolving, kind of like what you do at church. You have to figure out new ways to do things. And in some ways, it has made us more efficient. It's helped us to really challenge ourselves, like you said, to reach more people.
We couldn't do the work we do without the help of our network of about 350 partner agencies, which are typically churches and other nonprofits that come to us, get the food, and then take it out in their local community. They distribute about 50% of that 16 million pounds every year. So our partner agencies pay a small, what we call shared maintenance fee, which is a maximum of 19 cents a pound, which is about 1/10 the cost of wholesale. And that's on about 50% of the food, and about the other 50% is given away free of charge. For instance, over 4 million pounds of produce, all of it was given away free during the last fiscal year. The typical example, if you went and bought 1,000 pounds of our food at wholesale at Sam's or Costco, it cost you on average $1,600. At the food bank, it cost $190. So obviously it allows churches and other nonprofits to stretch their charitable budgets a lot further and impact a lot more people. And I can tell you that during the pandemic, they really have been a godsend to this community. And
well, I can say certainly for us, the food pantry was one of the things that did not stop. You know, some ministries we put on pause for a little while until we could figure out how to do them, but we definitely kept that going the entire time.
Thankful for the many partners who were able to continue and to help us, because we had a lot more work to do, and it was a blessing to have so many more people helping us do it. Yes. Absolutely.
So let me ask you, Frank, just big picture. What are some of the success stories or things right now that you're excited about that get you up in the morning and coming to work every day?
Well, sure. You know, no greater focus than this pandemic, you know, because 40% of the people that were coming into our food commodity distributions, we'd never seen before, never had used the services of a food bank. You know, we describe our services as a springboard, not a safety net. Okay. We're not here to help people month after month after month so that they don't have to provide for themselves. You know, we're here to provide assistance for people that just need a helping hand, that just need a little help to sometimes make ends meet. We've put a new facility down in the Albany area that is an exponential increase in capacity. We're working on building cold storage units next to it, which will give us more storage capacity for cold storage than we have here in Columbus right now. One other great accomplishment this year, we now have a full-size generator attached here to our Midland facility. So if disaster strikes and the power's out, tornado, hurricane, whatever, our facility will still run, because we need to be here to be able to help get food to people in need, because they've lost their power and potentially lost all their food.
Well, let me ask you this. Is there something this week or this month that you're really excited about?
We're going to use our kitchen to do an event we call the Big Gobble. We're going to provide Thanksgiving meals for about 3,000 people who otherwise probably would not have a holiday celebration. With our new equipment where we can make individual meals and seal them and take them out in the community in a safe manner, we're going to get about 3,000 meals to people on Thanksgiving morning to celebrate and enjoy the holiday. And we're really looking forward to that, and happy that we have that capability again to do it.
One last question I want to ask is, but how can people get involved right now?
Go to our website at feedinthevalley.org, and there are tabs on there about all our programs. Shows where our 3 locations are: LaGrange, Midland, and Albany. The services we provide. There's a tab right on the front where it says need food. If you do, you just put in your zip code. It'll give a list of partner agencies in your close proximity. And also consider volunteering. We always need volunteers. Our mobile pantry program takes 12,000 boxes of food out in the community every month, and volunteers pack all 12,000 of those. Click on the volunteer tab. It will, after you set up a short profile, tell you all the times and places that you can volunteer. And the volunteer work here in our warehouse is very ergonomic. It's also can be done in a socially distanced manner, so it's very safe to do.
Well, listen, Frank, thank you so much for your time. Organizations like Feeding the Valley give us an opportunity to exercise our faith and to bless people by nourishing them with food in the community. So thanks, Frank, for being our guest today.
Thank you, Reverend Dr. Burgess. Appreciate it. And folks should know we're here to help in any way we can.
These pumpkin cheesecake muffins have come out beautifully, and I pray that this baking devotional is good for your soul. Whether you are in Columbus or another hometown, remember that good food transforms a community. Hey guys, like and follow my Dessert Devotion Facebook page and Instagram for new devotionals. Thanks for joining me.